grandstand area. The Slovakia ring is jam-packed. Watching the kids getting underway. They're into the tram lines. Lights are out. We're off and racing. Lambert leads the field into turn number 1. Mukin up into P2. Both down to 4th position. Oh, Simon Both getting spun sideways and a crash further back in the order. Simon Both, Slovakia are right down at the back. It's Oscar Lambert leading. Alexei Mukin in 2nd place. Where is Simon Both? The answer is he is outside the top 20. There he is. Dust still being kicked up. It's Lambert. It's Mukin. Lukasz, Sovic and Baltzar are next. They're 5 wide into turn number 6. Hold your breath. Someone goes for 360. They all the rest of you'll get round cleanly. Still carts on the grass. I think that's one of the Greek drivers getting spun around there. It's a very, very hot day here in Slovakia. There's Simon Both, the blue and yellow race suit. Can he salvage? It's going to be a top 10. We'll see what happens. At the moment, he is outside the top 15 at least, up the inside. He's got to get aggressive. He's got to be aggressive. He can't be too aggressive. He'll get a penalty. At the end of lap number 1, it's Lambert, Mukin and Max Sovic. So Slovakia still have a driver in top 3 here at their home event. This circuit opened in 2019 by then FIA President Jean Todt. A couple of drivers leading on each other through turn number 3. But we've got a 3-kart breakaway. We've got Lambert, we've got Mukin, and we have Sovic. Through turn number 4, behind them, Jack Steadman has made a superb start. Steadman from the 6th row of the grid runs in 4th. Then it's Christian Becke, another driver from Slovakia in kart number 2. Becke started down in 9th. Oh, there's Sovic trying to get alongside Mukin, but they're communicating with each other saying, don't let Oscar Lambert get away. Brissenden. We've got 3 British drivers and 2 Slovakian drivers in the top 6, as well as Alexei Mukin. Then we've got 2 Polish drivers, Piasiak Marcel and Sarian Bukowski, 7th and 8th. Nikolai Vasilievskis is 9th, and Italy's Alessio Zacchi is 10th. Then it's Ukraine's Kushniruk, Nikolov from Bulgaria, Nusapoulou from Greece, Rusi Takagi from Japan, and Rodrigo Kakis from Latvia. That's your top 15. Rafael Baltzar is all the way down in 16th position, and Simon Both is all the way back in 19th place. Jerzy Lukasz, who started from the 2nd row of the grid, is down in 26th position. Lambert, Mukin, and Sovic. How much? Well, Both already up to 19th. Baltzar climbing back up the order in 13th. But even though we've got 16.5 minutes of this race remaining, the way that the 3 leaders are running, they're not battling one another. They are pulling away from the rest of the field. Oh, the young lady from France, Celia Desord, out of the race. Celia, she started... Let's have a look. Where did Celia Desord start this race from? She started it from 14th on the grid. She got spun around and went off on the opening lap. So we're down to 29 runners. The top 3, no sale. But in 4th, 5th and 6th, look at Steadman, look at Brissenden, and look at Marcel work together. Jack Steadman from Brentwood Karting, as is Mikey Brissenden. The managers of Brentwood Karting in Essex have come all the way out to Slovakia to watch some of their drivers. And now Steadman and Brissenden are trying to work together. Lambert in front, he's racing under British passport. He's got the Union Jack next to his name. He lives in the United Arab Emirates. He's representing David Bright and David's team at the Dubai Kartdrome. Alexei Mukin, leader track Podolsk. And in 3rd place, Max Sovic. He is representing the Slovakia Kart Club. He's representing this circuit. So nobody knows this track better than the driver in third place, Max Sovic. But they lead the next group by 1.7 seconds. Steadman and Brissenden, they would have raced against each other hundreds of times. Now they've got to work together. They've got to push each other along. They've got to try and close this gap. But Mook has been proven that Mukin really works well chasing Lambert. Sovic keeping himself tucked in, using the slipstream. They cross the line. 1 minute 14.4 for the three leaders. 1 minute 14.8 for the drivers chasing him down. The gap between the top three and everybody else has grown to 2.2 seconds. Zachi now up to 7th. Vasilievskis has dropped to 9th. Beke has dropped to 11th, Baltzar is up 12th, and Both is up to 17th. Hagen Orman, the first junior driver ever to compete against in the Saudi World Series finals from the Caribbean island of Aruba, is just outside the top 22. There is the chasing pack. That's Steadman in the very distinctive black, purple and silver Lewis Hamilton sort of tribute crash helmet. Then you have Brissenden right behind him. And then it is the Polish driver, Piasiak Marcel. Through turn number 14. Oscar Lambert has led the majority of the racing here. But he has got so much pressure, but he's not defending. He's trusting in Mukin and Sovic. Here are the chasing pack, Steadman, Brissenden, and then in the, well, he's got that black and red crash helmet with the sort of the venom teeth at the front of it. That is Piasiak Marcel. Into turn number 4 we go. There's the chasing pack. Marcel now up into 5th position. He's passed Mikey Brissenden. You see the St. George's cross the back of Brissenden's helmet. Through turn number 9. Down towards turn 10. Still 12.5 minutes to go. The heat races on Thursday were 12 minutes long. The super heat, 15 minutes. And these races are now 20 minutes. Lukash, Jerzy Lukash, 1 minute 13.8. Fastest lap. He's back into the top 20. Both still runs 17th. Baltzar is still 13th. All this side by side for 4th, 5th and 6th positions, and they're now 3.5 seconds behind these trio. This is a great example of how to work together in karting. There's Steadman now trying to push away. Brissenden has got to, Piasiak Marcel getting aggressive. At some point, these three drivers will start to battle, and that will slow them down. But there's a long way to go before that happens. Brissenden there losing touch a little bit with Marcel. Kushninuk for Ukraine, is it there? There goes Piasiak Marcel up into P4. Now the two British drivers in 5th and 6th have to push their Polish rival up towards the leaders if they can. I have to say, look at the distance between them. It's over 4 seconds. Over 4 seconds. And the 4th, 5th and 6th have got an even bigger gap behind them. There's a 5.3 second gap back to a big group of karts, including Kushninuk, Nusapulu, Baltzar, Beke, Nikolov, Kakers, Both, Bukowski, Vasilievskis, Takagi, Skirtle and Lukash. So Baltzar is back up to 9th position. Make that 7th position now. Both is up to 11th. Lukash is up to 14th position. Alessio Zacchi drops back to 21st. Into turn number 4. Now Celia Desord, I think Celia might still be in the race, but I think her transponder may have failed. Maybe her transponder was knocked off going in, or was stopped working, because Celia de Sword comes up the line in 20th position now. But she's not showing any split times, which tells me that maybe Apex Timing, the wizards at Apex Timing, are having to input her position with the secondary timing and scoring computer that we have here, the backup computer. But it does look as though we've got all 30 drivers still in this race. Piashiak Marcel is pulling away in 4th position. Marcel's got a wagon underneath him. As we cross the line, through turn number 1, then it is Brissenden into 5th, Stedman down to 6th. They're the next 3 carts. That is Baltzar, Nusapulu, and Beke. So we've got a group of 3. Then we've got 3 groups of 3 at the front of the field. And then Viktor Nikolov from Bulgaria, all on his own in 10th position. Vasilievskis, Lukash, Kushdinuk, and Both, the top 14. And still, that group of drivers, oh, there's a battle going on further down the pack. Side by side, through turn number 6. That's Simon Both. There's Simon Both picking up a position, signalling, gesticulating. That was Both going past the number 12 cart of Timothy Kushdinuk. So Both back. Oh, he wasn't. He was actually going past the number 28 cart of Nikolai Vasilievskis. Kushdinuk is in front of him. You can see the Ukrainian flag in the back. Kushdinuk's overalls. They are chasing the number 14 cart of Jerzy Lukash. Here are your leaders. 8.5 minutes to go. Still Lambert being pushed along by Mukin and Sovic. You have to give Mukin and Sovic credit. They've been in this position now for 12 minutes. The temptation to make a move on the race lead must be... Oh, 3 wide. Hang on, hello. That's 3 wide coming out of that corner. We're further back in the pack. And try and pick up a couple of numbers on those carts there to give you an identification of who we're looking at. Let's have a look. They come into turn number 4. And that is the battle, I think. Oh, that's Ryusei Takagi, Matteo Skirtle, Alessio Zacchi, and Rodrigo Caicas, I believe. That's Celia Dussault in the pink and silver crash helmet as well in the middle of that group. Battles going on further. The red race suit almost making a move. I think that might have been Matteo Skirtle. There's Simon. Move going into number 14. Cross the line. Oh, there's a damaged NASA panel on that car. That would be Celia Dussault's cart. She is in 19th position. And the reason that her transponder's not clocking is because her NASA panel has been knocked very much sideways. Lukash sets another new fastest lap. 1 minute 13.878 seconds. Still no change up at the front. There's Simon Both, 3rd cart in line. Chasing Nikolov, Viktor Nikolov from Bulgaria, who runs at 11th. Here comes, he makes the move on Nikolov, does he? Yes, he does. Simon Both goes through. He was about 24th at the end of the opening lap, and Simon Both from the front row of the grid is now back up into 11th position. Jerzy Lukash, who started from 4th of the grid, is there in 10th place. Christian Beke runs 9th. Agaliki Nusapulu from Greece, the Go-Kart Centre Thessaloniki-based driver. He is in a great 8th position. Baltzar is 7th, but the 3 leaders... Well, they've got a 3.8 second lead. Oh, and there's carts running wide there. That was Kushdinuk. Kushdinuk running wide. Nikolov also losing a position. Celia Dussault now comes into play. She's the driver with the very bent NASA panel on her cart. There goes Celia. She's now chasing Viktor Nikolov. We've had a 10-second penalty for one driver further back. Try and get a name check on that driver. However, Piashiak Marcel is closing in on the top 3 now. The gap was 4.5 seconds. It's now down to 3.8 seconds. As we look at this battle further down, Kushniruk, the second of the carts on your screen, chasing Vasilievskis. And it's Vladimir Bruno, driver number 6 from France, as we give it a 10-second penalty. Kushniruk now pushing Vasilievskis through turn number 10. That's Simon S's. Then we have Nikolov and Celia Desord. Sarian Batowski is next. Here we are, 5 minutes to go with the race leaders. It's Lambert, followed by Mukin, followed by Sovic. Here's the battle for what is 12th position across the line. Mukin and Sovic are right with Lambert. They have not deviated from his rear bumper since the opening lap of this race, but time is ticking down. When will Alexei Mukin and Maximilian Sovic make the move? If Mukin goes to the race lead, Sovic needs to help push Mukin through. If Sovic goes for a move on Mukin, that will allow Lambert to escape. Lambert hasn't missed an apex. We're on the 13th lap of this race, and Lambert has been inch perfect, knowing he has 2 drivers breathing down his neck. See, Mukin is breathing down Lambert's neck so closely that I wouldn't be surprised if Oscar Lambert turned round and offered him a mint. Now the slipstream effect comes back into play. Will Mukin make the move to the inside at turn number 1? No. Into turn number 2, 3.5 minutes to go. This is the Dubai Kartdrome versus Leader Track Podolsk. Leader Track Podolsk now has a race leader. Alexei Mukin goes through. Lambert says, what do you do that for? And Alexei Mukin goes, because I want to win. What do you think I did it for? And now, look at Lambert saying, come on now, think. And Mukin going, yes, well, now I pushed you, you pushed me. And Lambert goes, I don't think so. And it's game on at the front, side by side. What will Max Sovic do? Sovic closes in. Will Max Sovic make a move up the inside? Look at the gap back to Piasiak Marcel. Marcel and Brissenden, they were 4 seconds back. They're now 3.4 seconds back. They will close in. Stedman has faded a little bit. Jack Stedman is now on his own in 6th position. Baltzar is 7. Celia Desord gets a 10-second penalty for contact. Now, we've had our first, let's call those the opening salvos. Here comes Mukin. It's going to be game on now. 2.5 minutes to go. You can see Lambert beginning to get more defensive. The gap back to Marcel and Brissenden has shrunk to just 3 seconds. This is where Mukin made his move last time, and now Lambert defends. They're 3 wide. Look at Sovic trying to go round the outside, but they all hold on. Mukin says, no, push me. And Sovic goes, well, I would quite like to win this race in front of my home crowd. Lambert says, well, you kids go and play together. I'll just disappear, but he's got to defend. And Marcel is closing in hand over fist. This is going to be a 5-cart battle for the win, I'm sure, because Piasiak Marcel and Mikey Brissenden are closing in quickly. The more Lambert defends, the slower he goes. He gets a warning flag, and Mukin and Sovic side by side. The gap back to Marcel and Brissenden is less than 2 seconds. There's going to be 2 laps to go as they cross the line. Lambert defends. Here comes Mukin to the inside. Alexei Mukin takes the lead. Watch for the crossover. Maxovic for Slovakia. Slovakia lead at the Slovakia ring. And now Lambert and Mukin side by side for second. Here comes Piasiak Marcel. And don't count Mikey Brissenden out either. Sovic has the lead. Slovakia haven't had a win yet. Could Max Sovic be about to change that? Oh, Piasiak Marcel's up in the second place. Using Marcel second. Lambert's now got a job on his hands. There's 30 To go. Here's Mikey Brissenden now joining the fun. It's Sovic for Slovakia, Marcel for Poland, then Mukic, then Mukin, then Lambert for the UAE, and Brissenden for the United Kingdom. The clock is ticking down. I think they're going to come across the line with about 1 or 2 seconds still to go. But Sovic bided his time. He waited. Lambert having to defend. Brissenden and Mukin are side by side. They cross the line. 1 lap to go. Piasiak Marcel has caught Max Sovic. Will the Polish driver break Slovakian hearts on this, the final lap? Lambert, Mukin and Brissenden are fighting over the final podium position. Sovic parks the kart on the apex of turn 3. He's going to have to make that Sony kart very, very wide indeed. Through turn 4, Marcel thought he was out of it. He was 6th. Now he's battling for the race lead. Into turn number 6 we go. Marcel looks to the inside. Sovic holds him off. Lambert, Mukin and Brissenden now into close back in. Through turn number 9. Marcel's going to try and go around the outside. Watch for the crossover move. He's not there. They're side by side. Sovic parks it on the apex of 11. Marcel's going to have to go around the outside of the final corner. Can he do it? Sovic, Marcel, Slovakia are going to win at their home circuit. Max Sovic takes the win, and Slovakia have a champion at their home circuit. It's a history-making event. Slovakia have a winner. Piasiak Marcel second by a 1/10 of a second. Oscar Lambert finishes 3rd, Alexei Mukin 4th, and Mikey Brissenden in 5th. 8/10 of a second separated the top 5 drivers at the end of that 17-lap final. Raphael Baltzar comes home in 6th position for Germany. Jack Stedman takes 7th for the UK. Then it's Christian Becke in 8th. Jerzy Lukasz is 9th. Agaliki Nusapoulou, a top 10 finish for Greece. Simon Both finishes 11th. Ukraine at 12th with Timothy Kushniruk. Then Bulgaria's Viktor Nikolov. Nikolai Vasilievskis, Alessio Zacchi, Matteo Skirtle, Peter Fabry, Jurash Mikosh, Sam Neugren, your top 20. Ryusai Takagi, Celia Desord, Roman Kakers. There are the remaining finishers. Hagen Orman finishes 29th on his international debut for Aruba. And that was a phenomenal final. All 30 drivers that started finished, and after coming so close all the way through the heats on Thursday and in some of the super heats this morning, but falling short every time, Slovakia have their first champion. The next race will be the Ladies' Cup final. That was epic. We'll be back shortly. The ladies are up next. Can anybody beat Louise Brown from Belgium? We are going to find out.